Today I am off back to Salisbury Whole Shot to have the KTM service, the first 600-mile service. I've got 468 miles on the clock right now. I got through my miles pretty quickly, and I need to allow another 100 miles to get back to Salisbury in order to have the bike service. So I just thought I'd have a quick chat with you guys, really, and let you know my initial thoughts on what I've learned with the KTM over the first few days of riding. So the first thing I learned is that if you are buying one of these bikes and you're watching these videos because you're getting an idea about it and considering one for yourself, if you buy one of these bikes, particularly in the summer, I would book in your first service immediately. If you're anything like me, you'll get on the bike and want to do some miles and try out your new machine, only to find out when you ring your local dealer they don't want to see you for 6 or 7 weeks, or they're too booked up to see you for 6 or 7 weeks. That is the reason I'm now riding my bike a good 2 hours away in order to get the service done, because it was only Salisbury Whole Shot who were able to fit me in and to do it for me. I called the local dealer to me, and then I called another one further down in Cornwall and had the same story from them. So when I gave my plea to Whole Shot, luckily for me, they found a slot for me within a few days to be able to get the bike serviced, because missing out on another 6 weeks in this summer with this glorious weather and no bike would have put me in a very bad mood indeed. What else have we learned about the KTM? A couple of negatives, not big things, but things are worth considering. The seat is quite hard. That's probably going to need to be changed or modified in some way before I can do really big miles. I did a 200-mile day all up around North Devon and that the other day. Although it's fine, you definitely start to notice that seat after a little while, so that's something that I'll be doing. And the second thing, which probably has already been spoken about on my initial review, is the screen. It might as well be non-existent. So when you're doing higher speeds, dual carriageways and motorways, anything over about 60-70 miles an hour, it does cause a bit of buffeting and noise on the helmet. It looks like most people are fitting the little clip-on screen extenders, but I'll probably try and find myself a touring screen online. So I've been hanging on to get the first service done before I start fitting bits and pieces and doing any modifications, only because I only had the bike a few days, so I thought I'd get the service done, get it out of the way, and then I can start adding on pieces. So something else that I learned about the KTM 890 that was quite unexpected, wasn't something I really considered when buying a bike, was actually the fuel consumption. This bike seems to be really good on fuel. I was playing with the KTM My Ride app yesterday. That was, I've just connected my phone to the bike with the Bluetooth just to see what it does, really. And I can see that you can control your music and you can control turn-by-turn navigation. However, in true KTM style, it seems that you need to pay a monthly subscription in order to use that feature via their app. I don't know if any of you are using that and whether it's any good, but I won't be doing that. I've got a Garmin Zumu, that's going to be much better than turn-by-turn navigation. Now, this bike comes, I don't know if you can read this here, it says removed for GPS mount. So KTM sell their own mount, or there's a couple others, but you put the mount in here and that will hold the Garmin up there nicely. But that's something worth bearing in mind. I think you are quite limited for the mounts that you can use, because they have put that piece in there. There's nothing on the screen here. There isn't an accessory bar to connect it to. I am very much looking forward to having this service done and being able to use the full strength of the bike, if you like. The bike has been even up to 6,000 revs. It's been a lot of fun to ride, actually, in the smaller roads, twisty A roads and stuff. That's great. It's bags of power there. I can't wait to open it up and let it breathe and get an exhaust on it and go out for a proper play. It has to be said, the handling of this bike is absolutely fantastic. I've been really enjoying it in the corners. It feels like it's absolutely on rails, really sure-footed, all the weight is low down. And something else I really notice is when pulling it out of the garage, just how light and easy it is to live with. And then I pull the Mrs. Tiger 800 out, and the comparison, the weight difference just feels massive. What we got going on here then? Fun and games in the middle of the road by the looks of it. Oh, what a mess. Poor kids in the car as well. Looks like one of them stopped and the other one's just gone right at the back of them. I forget what the percentage of accidents are in the UK like that. They're just rear-enders a huge amount, and that is the reason why us bikers filter. As a bike, you do not want to be the fella at the back of the queue. If ever you can help it, try to at least move to the side. If somebody is going to come behind and not stop, let them hit the back of that big steel metal box, not me. Right, so arrived now in Salisbury. Taking me just short of 2 hours, bit of traffic today. So here now, no trouble at all. So that's about 2 hours riding I've done, but I'm definitely ready for a break now. 2 hours is about the max on the seat, I think. But the bike itself is great. So here we are, whole shot, Salisbury.
While my bike's in for service, the amazing guys at Whole Shot are letting me take out this KTM 690 SMCR. I took the opportunity to make another video for you guys. This thing was a blast to ride, but you have to see that in the next video. I'll leave a link for that one.
SMCR, so we have a Whole Shot motocross. Richard is there, he's going to take it out on a test ride. Lovely bike for a nice hot summer's day, like it is.
Okay, so just been given back my 890, all serviced, clean, good until 9,000 miles now. And I also bought the KTM sat-nav bracket, which the guys fitted for me up here, free of charge as well, so I can put the Garmin up there as well. That'll make my life a lot easier and get rid of this bag. Well, it has to be said, that was another great experience at the KTM store. Those guys seem really good, really friendly guys, couldn't be more helpful. And let me take the Supermoto out as well for a blast. You'll see that in another video. My bike's all serviced now. Always nice to know you got fresh oil and everything in the bike. Well worth looking after. The service intervals on this bike seem to be massive actually. So the first one is after only 600 miles. You expect that because it's got the running in period. That's pretty standard. So I've just had that one done, which was only about £250, which is quite reasonable I think. Maintains the warranty, keeps everybody happy. And then the next service is at 9,000 miles or after 1 year. And that's also only about £250. I think the big service isn't until about the 4th service, so the mileage intervals between services is quite a lot. So that keeps the cost of ownership down considerably in comparison to the Triumph that I had before. So looking forward now to being able to do a few modifications. I need to sort the exhaust out. I've really noticed, having a standard exhaust, just how more frequently people pull out on you, and you know, the close mid-seas and stuff. So I definitely want the bike to make a little bit more noise, not just for fun and enjoyment, but for safety as well, actually. So I've got quite a few ideas and things planned for this bike, so I'll do videos on how the modifications go and installs and all the rest of it, as well as the travels that I take the bike on now that I'm not restricted by the mileage. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Join us on the channel. All things motorcycle, nothing else. So thanks for joining me on the road, coming along with me and getting the first service done on the bike. Follow the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you know, use the comment section down below. I'll always try to reply, and we'll see you on the road for the next one. Ride safe.